What's up, guys? Iceman here. So in this video, I'm going to show off the Demon Hunter and this set that I've been using on her. This is Diablo 3. So yes, talk shit, if you must, in the comments below over the matter that this is Diablo 3 I'm playing right now. And like I said in my previous video, with Diablo 3, when the ladder resets or there's a new season, sometimes I'll join up and I'll play for a week or two. It's kind of enticing initially. And so far I've been having kind of a good time, not gonna lie to you guys. Even though there's all sorts of shit that they fucked up with in regards to this game. But yeah, maybe we'll get to some of that in this video. Maybe we won't. I don't know. We probably will a little bit, right? But check this out. This is not the newest set. It's called the Shadow's Mantle. It's an old set. And what it does is it basically incentivizes you to not use a bow or a crossbow on a demon hunter, who in general is an archer class. Kind of like the Amazon in Diablo 2. So it incentivizes you to take advantage of her other skills, ones where you toss darts and shit, or blades and all that. And she even has minions, but in this case she only has two little ferrets. Because that's the rune that I selected for this, what's it called? Companion skill. I have two ferrets because the ferret skill in that, check it out, is the one that actually gives you two ferrets, where all the other ones just give you one pet. And they all have their advantages and disadvantages, but I have a special item where per every pet that you have, you get an additional 8.7% less damage taken. So yeah, I choose the ferret one for now because you get two ferrets. So that's 8.7 times 2 in terms of the percent damage reduction you receive. See, it's kind of a synergy, and there's a lot of little synergies like that that can be had in this game. So there's a lot of shit you could mix and match and, you know, try to figure out to optimize your damage. But here's the other gear pieces that she's wearing. And she has a dagger. Like I said, it's beneficial to not have a bow while wearing this set. So this is a great item for this set that helps synergize it, because it gives you the Impale skill, a benefit in the Impale skill, and actually returns hatred. And hatred, you lose hatred every time you use that skill. You see the hatred going down? So it actually returns 15 hatred out of the... How much does it cost? Out of the 20 hatred that it costs. Now, in another video, maybe my next one, I'm not sure. See, I've been collecting these sets. This is the Unhallowed Essence set, and this set's towed because it has multi-shot. I used this set before. So I'll be switching on to this set and trying that out and make a video on it. Here's the Marauder set. This set is centered around sentries, and I don't remember. They've changed up how this thing functioned a few times. It used to be where you shoot multi-shot, your sentries will shoot it as well. Or if you shoot like your cluster arrow, all your sentries will shoot it as well. And cast elemental arrow and cluster arrow when you do. So yeah, that's how it currently works. So I really like that setup. And this is the new set, and I've been collecting little parts for it. It's a strafe set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, I could have the full set effect now, because I have 5 pieces in total. And I have the Ring of Royal G, or whatever it's called, to it lets you benefit off, you know, one less set item to take full advantage of the like the set effects. So yeah, I'll be making a video with that. And with Diablo 3, this is a really nice addition that it has that I hope goes on to Diablo 4, you know, because this would be towed to have this in Diablo 2, where you can actually, with all your gear that you have set up, all this shit, and all your skills that you have selected, you can actually save that right in here. This is like your wardrobe or something, or it's an armory. See, so I just call this suck build because I started doing this initially and I haven't really done much research into it. So I saved that. So now if I pop on the Unhallowed Essence set, and I can put all the shit in that, and I don't know if the socketables inside the items transfer over or not. Let me know in the comments below if you guys know. But yeah, so I can have that in the wardrobe as well. So then I could switch off from that. So it's like in D2, if you had your sorceress that had Tal Rasha's set on, you could save that in the armory that's next to your stash. And you can have a few other full different set and skill bases equipped. But of course with the Diablo 2 there's stat points and all that. So you would have to like respec in a lot of situations if you change up your stats at all. But maybe in D4, hopefully it does cost you to respec your character. That's what I'm hoping for, just like Diablo 2, where it does cost you, it requires a token to respec. So if they do have a wardrobe or armory, hopefully it takes that into consideration to where maybe you could like have that slot like imbued with a token to where if you switch over to it, it's going to cost you the token, but it's still a quick and simple way to switch over to a different set. But check this out, man. This is going to be difficult. Okay, we're going to try Torment 11. I haven't tried this yet in a Greater Rift. So we're going to give this a shot. And you got to recast your buffs and stuff. So with this set, you always have Shadow Power, which generally only lasts 5 seconds. It lasts indefinitely with this set. See that? When equipped with a melee weapon, your damage is increased by 6,000%. There's the incentive to not use a bow. But then the 4-set bonus is Shadow Power gains the effect of every rune and lasts forever. So it's really nice. Impale deals an additional 75,000 weapon damage. Some crazy numbers we're dealing with in Diablo 3. And that's a big criticism. I know a lot of folks hate that shit, and so do I. But there's just one example of it, man. That's cray cray. 75,000 damage. You know, big numbers that they ended up having to work with because they just kept buffing shit. I don't know. There's a lot of depth as to why, you know, it has come to that in Diablo 3. But this is how the set works, man. Is you cast your little blades and shit, and they do a lot of damage, obviously. So that's kind of her setback right now is she can't survive all that well. So I need to bump up her defense and her armor and her resistances. And as you can see here, I'm getting a lot of Paragon levels. Well, yeah, that 75,000 damage perk, man. Shit. The first enemy you hit, right? To the first enemy you hit, yeah. Just died on accident. So I'll come back. And you can only die a certain amount on the rifts where then it makes you like wait 30 seconds after you die. So that can really get in the way of you succeeding in the rift or not. So I got to be somewhat careful. But I'll show you the skill she's using. I like to cast this right here. It's called Vengeance. And this C rune that I have on it because it gives her more hatred per second. So she can keep casting her Impale. But yeah, see, I just casted it now, the Vengeance. And she shoots arrows. You see this? How she just shoots arrows every time she makes any standard attack. Or she'll even roll and she'll shoot arrows. So it's a really cool effect. And yeah, that Vengeance thing, man, it's toad. It's nice having these skills with these big cooldowns, like Archon on the Wizard is something similar. Or with the Crusader, how they turn into that big thick motherfucker. I can't remember what they call it. That a con set gives you the bonus for that. But yeah, I'm not doing very well right now, so hopefully I'll be able to finish this rift without all my gear breaking. This is the first time I've tried a rift level 50. This character, of course, is far from being optimal. And right after this, I really do intend to just, after this rift is done, I intend to try that unhallowed essence set. Because it's centered around multi-shot. I played that set about a year back, I think. I didn't go very far with it, but I thought it was a cool set. In this current setup, I use a lot of hatred. Like, I'll run out of hatred sometimes. Here we go. When I have that shrine effect, it's best to just run through the enemies, where it emits lightning onto all the enemies around you. But in the Greater Rifts, items don't fall. You just have to kill as many elites or monsters as it takes to fill up that little purple bar there, and you have to try to beat the dial right here that is timed. So as long as you stay ahead of that dial, you can complete the rift and go on to the next one, the next level rift. But items fall from the boss, of course, the Rift Guardian. And they drop quite a few items because it's trying to compensate for all the enemies that you're killing right now who don't drop any items. And they also drop, what are they called? The unique gems. Oh shit. Not good. Not good, but she's doing okay. But yeah, dog, I mean, the game's been kind of fun. You know what I'm saying? It's been like it's all about min and maxing You know, that's where it can be kind of a fun, intriguing part about it, but at the same time, it's underwhelming, I think. Because then you're kind of pigeonholed into certain builds to help you even exceed the greater rifts at certain higher levels. Whereas in Diablo 2, once you get to the end game and you make your character powerful enough, you can mix and match all sorts of gear pieces, and then it starts to become a race of just what little tweaks can I make to my character where he can still run the game fast enough, but maybe cater a bit more to my desired play style. And I think that's a little less in Diablo 3. So the greater rift thing is kind of fucked up. You know, I don't think I want them to have these in Diablo 4. I hope that there's a benchmark endgame like there is in Diablo 2. Only greater. Like how Diablo 3 initially, when it was released, it had the infernal difficulty. And even though this game has endless things about it that are fucked up, and a step back, I think, in comparison to Diablo 2, the infernal difficulty that they had initially was a big challenge, man. That was hard as fuck. I remember that, and I didn't like the idea of how they ended up taking that away and then adding about 15 new difficulties over time is what they ended up doing. None of which compare to how Inferno was back in the day. It was hard as fuck. It was normal, nightmare, hell, and then they added Inferno to it is how they did it. So I think something like that, maybe, reattempt it, might be a good way to go. It's like hell difficulty in Diablo 2, only even more challenging, man. Even though I wouldn't mind if they just did 3 difficulties, and then they had hell difficulty be hard, like how infernal difficulty was hard in Diablo 3 initially. Something like that, maybe. But I don't know, there's all sorts of ways they could go with it, and I know my fans have shit to say about that. So let me know in the comments below. What do you guys hope to see in Diablo 4 in terms of their difficulty levels and their end game? Do you want to see something like this with the rifts, where it's just a bottomless pit, man? It's just never ending. You just keep challenging your character until you just hit the breakpoint of, rift 150 plus. And it'll go as high as you can go. Or do you prefer there being a benchmark set? You know what I mean? Like in Diablo 2, how there's hell mode. And even expanding on that, some Path of Diablo, which is the mod that I play. And I think it's a great mod, and it's enjoyable as fuck. Where they actually have added endgame content, where you can make things similar to these rifts, only they're not just unlimited in number. It's just a very high difficulty that's already set. They're all just like level 85 areas plus. And so you can just continually get better at running them with your character. And then you can start experimenting when you become a god on what things can I change in my character to make them run it a bit more efficiently or a bit more to my play style. So it's far different than Diablo 3's endgame. And I prefer something like that. But let me know what you guys want in the comments below for Diablo 4. Do you think it's good having, a rift or just a set difficulty? And if so, do you want it to be equivalent to how Inferno was in Diablo 3? Or do you prefer the difficulty being similar to how it was in Diablo 2? Where hell, some would say, I don't know, it's arguable, right? Like some would say hell is hard as fuck. But of course, if you have the right build and you're prepared, one that can do multiple elements in their damage output, so you don't have to run into immunities and just be fucked. Hell can actually be somewhat easy in Diablo 2, some would say, but yeah, let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Oh, shit. I think this is the bow that I've been looking for. I think this is Dawn, which has a cooldown reduction for your seed. Oh, shit, it is. Yeah, so I can put this in the cube, and damn, her Vengeance skill, look at that. She's going to be able to have it up like almost all the time now. Because I'm going to put that in the cube, which you can put up to 3 items total in the cube at once, and take benefit from their legendary effects without even having them on your character. So kind of a new implementation in recent times for Diablo 3. And I think it's been cool because it lets you customize them even more. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm looking forward to the mythic items in Diablo 4. I think that's a toad idea. So I think they've done a damn good thing with that for Diablo 4. It's like finding a Griffin's Eye, only a super unique version of Griffin's Eye that can randomly spawn like 3 other unique items effects on it. So, and they're supposed to be super fucking rare, so hopefully this is the case. You know, hopefully these mythic items are going to be far more rare than it is to actually find a Griffin's Eye in Diablo 2. Because the mythic Griffin's Eye, of course, will be rare as fuck. Hopefully it's like, you have to find like 20, you know, it has like a, I don't know, you'll find like 20 or 30 Griffin's Eyes before you find one mythic Griffin's Eye. Hopefully it'll be something to that extreme. You know, because I want some shit to be rare, man. You know, Diablo 3, you're just running around with all the endgame stuff within like 10 hours of gameplay, and then you're just min-and-maxing it. You know, you're bumping up the little stats just little by little. Whereas in Diablo 2, it could take you a fucking year of playing to find one Zod rune. Then you can finally make your Breath of the Dying Sword. You know what I mean? Like, the rarity of shit is really important. They fucked that completely in this game. Because all these uniques have the same chance of dropping. It's cray-cray. It's really fucking cray-cray. So, yeah, I'm hoping they don't do that, man. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that shit. I'll make a video on this Unhallowed Essence set. See, I think it looks Toad as well. Like, physically, the pieces look awesome. I kind of like the theme of it. But yeah, it incentivizes you to use multi-shot and Vengeance. And Vengeance. Holy shit. 350 increased damage for every point of discipline you have. And then you want more discipline. So you start to look at items that can give discipline. One of which, or maybe that's the only one, are the arrows, see? So you actually have incentive to maybe re-roll the secondary effect on your arrow to get more, if it doesn't have discipline, let's say. Like this one can roll 9 to 12 discipline. So yeah, you'd want the 12 roll. But say you have an arrow that doesn't even have discipline as a secondary effect. So now you can try to roll one of those secondary effects to get discipline, and all of a sudden you're doing a hell more damage with this Unhallowed Essence set, which benefits off your base discipline, you know? It's absolute Toad. So there's cool things like that to kind of mess around with, looking forward to. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about Diablo 3. And just seeing a few more videos on this, maybe. I just want to make some with these sets, you know, specifically this one. Maybe I'll make a video on this set if I try to go that route. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all soon. Like the video if you will. Thank you to my patrons. May the Creator bless you guys and keep you. More videos to come. Peace be with you.